phases of the sun or whatever in her body became the chakras, and then they become, you know, and then I thought, oh my God, I'm experiencing this super galactic zodiac.
Wow.
And then I came back and I spent the day, you know, verifying, which is exactly the process I was talking about, where you have a hunch, and then you incubate, and then you get the illumination, and then you go back to verify. And so I'm not ready to publish it just yet because I want to make sure I've got it every which way. But it's like, I've been staring at this stuff for 35 years.
Yeah.
And the question's been, why does Isis have a bird on her head? And so in the meditation, I'm like, that's why. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And so if we are open and we keep doing our homework and keep breathing fresh air and stay close to nature, then perhaps we will just all end up with insights that, and we are. I mean, I think that many people are, as long as we don't entrench ourselves and buy into the fear. But, you know, if you lose your house and you lose your job and who knows what else you can lose, you lose your health, you know, and then, you know, you're broke because of your, you know, like, it's kind of hard to stay optimistic, however people do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, these trials maybe they're trials by fire and part of the purification process of learning what's of value and what's not of value. And the material realm is only of value if you're using it and it does not have control of you. And in the world that I see, for the most part, it's kind of running the world. It's running us. But a lot of people are turning away from that and turning within to learn how to get in touch with the spiritual side.
Yep. More and more people are doing yoga. More and more people are meditating. More and more people are doing exercise, listening to shows.
Yeah.
And so there's momentum.
Now, a question for you on the supergalactic grid. I just had a thought. If we're going through all these different cycles, let's just assume that the Mayan cycles are all legitimate and they're accurate. Several cycles are completing at the same time. 13,000 year, 26,000 year, it goes on to millions, and then there's a 16.5 billion year, I think. Mm-hmm. And as I understand it, they're all turning over like an odometer at 99.999 to 0 in 2012. Mm-hmm. Is it possible that we could move into a 13th sign of the zodiac, or an entirely new zodiac that is on the other side of the of the galaxy? Because we're going to be tipping into the other side of the galactic plane, for one thing. We've never been there before, as far as I know. It could be a whole new physics. It could be a whole new dimension. It could be a parallel, it could open parallel universes. I mean, aren't all kinds of things possible as a result of this?
What an awesome question. Okay, so when you say we're tipping into a different plane, we've been in the photon band, and we tipped into it, and then the whole solar system came in, and then we started to see different colored spectrums, purple added into rainbows, green spectrum in the sky. We have tipped. But the other thing, too, is that, like, if you think of all these different cycles, Dan Winter on his website has, a bunch of different cycles, and then when they all come to 0, as you said, 99990, it's almost like the chakras all open up. Like, we're one cycle, another. But when you go flat, it's almost like, imagine all the chakras aligned at the 0 point, then we have a ladder into the next reality. So after the 12th dimension, it's not the 13th dimension. It's another universe. Yes. It's the beginning of another game. Yes. Now, the dark rift is the world tree, and the dark rift. You see symbols over and over and over again in Egypt and through the Mayan stuff of this seedling, and they're pouring water on the seedling. So and the thing is people say, well, why is the Mayan calendar ending? Like, don't they have didn't they have, they run out of stone on the edge of it? And it's because we are starting over. We'll be writing our own. If it is conscious co-creation, then we have to be in the driver's seat and lead it somewhere. Right. The 0 point. Okay, the other thing that people say, it's a reset button. Right. And so everything that you already had is gone. You push a button, you start over. Reboot the computer. Mm-hmm. The power goes out for a second, and all the numbers are flashing on your coffee maker and everything, and it's zero.
And the viruses are broken down and killed.
Yeah. And so the thing is, though, is if you get there and go, oh, now what, then you're not creating it.
Right, right.
And so I think, thought is creative. And they talk about, collective visualization and the 100th monkey and worldwide meditations and this sort of thing. Now, that can, I suppose, be dangerous if depending on what kinds of thoughts are really going in. But, negative thinking, what we talk about, we think about, and what we think about, we bring about.
Absolutely.
And when people say, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that, oh, I'm so stupid, God, I had such a blonde day or whatever, we're basically programming ourselves.
Right.
So to say, positive things to ourselves, positive things to one another, we can retrain and entrain ourselves to see the magic and the beauty, and the earth can heal itself.
Yeah.
And we're still getting pounded by interference patterns.
Yes, but hopefully
because we're on the pardon?
And hopefully not for long.
Yeah, but it's because we're on the verge here.
Yeah.
Of figuring it all out.
Sign. I would take it as a good sign. It's not a pleasant sign, but I would take it as a good sign. Yeah. So. Well,
it's very, very interesting times. And we've got to be incredibly careful here.
Yes.
Because, doom and gloom. Well, is it? Or is it magical?
Right. I say magical.
I say magical, too. I think
when I look at your pictures, I see magic. So
well, and when something manifests, and I've had many experiences with manifestation, like literally, the brain goes crazy. Maybe the ego part or whatever. Oh, well, there must be lens flare or whoa. Well, why is it moving and the pyramids are in the same place?
Yes.
Yes. What is it? What is it reflecting? It's the size of the pyramid. Come on, why so big? And it is a shape, and everybody who looks at it, the thing is that I've only shown the picture to maybe 6 people, and this is hot off the press here, and because I wasn't exactly sure how to handle what it is because it's a phenomenon. But I heard your reaction when you opened those pictures, and people kind of go, oh, what is it?
Yeah.
They don't start arguing and saying, oh, yeah, lens flare, I bet your camera doesn't work very well.
Right.
It's beautiful and phenomenal,
oh, my God, yes.
The thing is, whoops, hello?
We're running out of time.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, that's a good thing we set up next week to continue.
Okay.
I wish we could go on.
Well, you and I have very good conversations, and I'm pleased.
I love talking to you, Carmen. You're one of my favorite people on the planet.
Aww.
And would you want to just mention your website so that people can go there and sign up for the pictures and get your DVD as well? Yeah,
it's pyramidcode.com. And what's coming up is pay to download, like The Secret had. In not long at all. The delivery was December 1st, and so soon there'll be a button where you don't have to wait for the DVD to come, and it's probably going to be better quality anyway. So you
Wonderful.
can pay to view and pay to download. So that's really exciting. And,
well, that's wonderful. And Carmen, I just had a wonderful time talking to you, and I thank you so much for sharing yourself with us all. And I look forward to next week. And just for the listeners, real quickly, if anybody has burning questions, you can write me at zanymystic59@yahoo.com. So thanks, everybody. Thank you, Carmen. And we will have some more fun next Saturday.
Okay, thanks, Lance.
All right. So good night.
Good night.